Greetings, welcome everyone to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's my weekly show that kind of details our emotional lives to some degree. So you can read into this about love, specifically love, romance, relationships. But in a more general sense, it's really just about relationships in general. What I hope to do is show you what is a pleasing emotional thing that is happening for you this week, and then maybe what is the challenge to that happiness. But I'm throwing in a bonus because we are still doing our Super Tarot Love Month, and I am also suggesting a secret admirer for the signs. And so the secret admirer could be, well, it is somebody you don't know is your secret admirer, whether or not you're already in a relationship or you're not even thinking about one, or whether you're thinking about one, just something to think about. And for that, I use the Secret Tarot, which I think is just aptly named, kind of shows a little bit of the more secretive side of life. So without any further mention, we are going to just go right into it. And of course, every week what I do is I pull the cards for the elemental signs of the zodiac. So I do the air signs, the fire signs, the water signs, and the earth signs. So we're going to do that right now. So first we're talking to our friends, the air signs. And of course, air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. All right, so let's get this going then. And as I may have mentioned, or maybe not, I'm using the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany, and it's beautiful new tarot. I've been using it lately. I did a unboxing flip through, so you can check that out on YouTube if you're our YouTube channel if you're inclined. It's just a really nice one for this feel. So here is, for the air signs, the actual pleasing vibration that may be coming to you, the happiness that may be coming to you, or something that is coming to you. So it is the, oh, I'm going to have some glare issues. That's a little better. It's the reversed Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords as a reversed card, it's kind of an interesting card because, of course, it talks to the idea that maybe we're understanding something that we've been trying to escape from or trying to move away from. And maybe the idea is that there's something there we still need to understand, resolve, confront, etc. So why is this a pleasant emotion? It may be that if this is about recent emotional relationships, maybe we felt something was gone and it really isn't. Maybe a care or a love, an emotional feeling or bond is not really over with somebody. So I'm just wondering about that. So then we go to our next card, which would be, what is the challenge to this happiness coming to you? The idea that maybe you could step back a little bit into the past and recover something you thought was gone. And it is Justice Reversed. That's a pretty card, Justice Reversed. But Justice Reversed probably is indicating that it may very well be the situation cannot be reattained. That maybe somebody has moved on, somebody has moved into a new situation, moved from the denouement of what that was about with you and them. So the challenge would be that either we accept it is over and we move on, or we realize that that's the issues to confront, is that this is a person who maybe has no idea of going back there. I don't know, it's a little bit sketchy there. So now, as I mentioned before, we're just going to say, okay, outside of that, do the air signs have a secret admirer? And what would that admirer be like? So I'm going to shuffle my Secrets Tarot and take a quick stab at that. And of course, this is the Friday right after Valentine's Day. It's the 17th. So this could be the kind of day where maybe we're still a little bit hungover in a Valentine's Day hungover sense over, you know, what happened a few days before. All right, so from the Secrets Tarot, what is the secret admirer? And I love it when it's a court card. It sort of gives it a more human face. And it's the Knight of Cups. So there is, in fact, a secret admirer, because this is literally, you know, an admirer type of card, a person who is moving towards someone in love or an emotional sense, happiness. And because it is a cup, it could be pertaining to the idea of a water sign. So it could be somebody who's Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This could be your secret admirer, air signs, is somebody like that. Other than that, they could just be somebody who maybe is a more sensitive kind of person. Maybe they're a young man, but maybe they're anybody really, but they are youthful qualities perhaps. They may possibly be medium brown haired. It almost sounds like me. I'm a Scorpio after all. I'll be your secret admirer, air signs. No, I won't. But I love you all. I love you all the same. So, with that being said, we are moving on to the fire signs. I got a little silly there. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What's going on for you this week? What things will bring you emotional happiness? Or will there be challenges along the way to surmount? Soon we may know. Okay, so it's the Nine of Wands reversed, and I guess I would want to say that your emotional happiness this week comes from realizing the truth that you can't make everybody like you, you can't make everybody like each other, and there may be no great value in you trying to be a peacemaker in some of these situations. And so your happiness may come when you put that to peace, when you put that to rest, that you're not responsible for other people's management problems, and you can kind of stand up for that or not. But really, it's better for you to let other people figure out how to fight for themselves. So what is the challenge to that? To maybe letting other people fight their own problems and staying uninvolved? Well, it could be that you just do have too much in stake, that to some degree this is something you are bound in, although there was a sense here maybe that this was not your fight. It probably is, and so ultimately you would be sundering some big plans, mostly your own. You would be changing big plans to let this happen for that sense of happiness. It's really going to be hard for you to have to consider that, I think. I think you have no choice but maybe to be a little bit more willing to stand up for this matter. But let's just look ahead then at the secret admirer for the fire signs. And I get the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles represents a personality of somebody who is very attuned to growth and sense of movement or perspective, but they may not be necessarily willing to take it all the way. So this is somebody who's a true secret admirer, because maybe they'll never really come forward in a way. They may always admire you from a distance and feel like they could not necessarily get involved in your life, no matter what the circumstances. You already have a mate or a family or some other situation. It's not that they're shy so much as that maybe they just sort of feel they need more time. And so maybe they're just like the ultimate late bloomer as far as being somebody relationship minded. They could be an earth sign, so maybe we're getting a little bit of their classic, caution kind of movement with some of the earth signs. All right, so now we are in water signs. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And we are looking to see what happens for them, what floats their boat this week. Ooh, that metaphor really works. What makes you guys feel happy, feel loved, feel like something you want is coming towards you? And what is the possible challenge to that? There's a real new opportunity coming to some of the water signs, I think. There's really a chance to maybe really flip the script, sort of take a step into some really different or alternate territory for yourself. It's the Fool. And I think this is about saying you're moving into a time where maybe there's a feeling like you have no restraint on you, and that you could really be a free person, water signs, that you could really engage in the kind of situations you want that bring you happiness. So, of course, it could be talking about emotional relationships, love, sex, any of that, but it could also be talking about other things that really bring you great pleasure, and that could be your hobbies, that could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be a lot of other things. But at any rate, there is a challenge to this perspective, this idea that something happy is happening. And the challenge is the Hermit. And it's kind of interesting because that Hermit maybe wants to keep you more cautious, maybe wants to keep you from taking chances and stepping forward from instinct alone. The Hermit, as your challenge says, really make sure you examine this feeling, whatever it is, this feeling that makes you want to jump off a cliff, or do something really extraordinary to explore life or emotional happiness. You can almost taste it, but the Hermit is also saying, taste caution too, taste restraint, taste knowledge or information that you may need to actually weather yourself here. All right, water signs, so then let's just move forward with who your secret admirer is. And the water signs generally tend to be giving of themselves, so it would be no surprise if somebody, feels they admire you for that, or for any number of reasons. What is your secret admirer? Water signs. Oh, it's the reverse Knight of Wands. So your secret admirers may be somebody you wouldn't notice, somebody who seems flat, somebody who seems uncharismatic. It's almost like the same situation with the fire signs, somebody who just is not really a viable admirer. Maybe they admire you from afar, but they're not willing to really be bold enough to make a move. So once again, water signs like fire signs, this could be somebody who you may never realize is your admirer. They may be your friend, maybe they are just a loyal friend, but they can't really speak or take themselves to more deeper emotional resonance with you. And you got to wonder why that is. Maybe it's because you're already attached, but maybe it's because, like I said, they lack the confidence they need. So finally, now we're on the earth signs. And I thank you for watching my program today. And I hope you'll be back tomorrow to watch the happy hour, or on Sunday to watch Banshee's show, The Material Matters. And of course, next Friday, we'll be back with the emotional exchanges. But that evening, we're also going to do the much requested or well thought of past lives readings. And specifically because it's Super Tarot Love Month, we're going to do the past. Who was the past love of your life? We did that last year. It was pretty popular. It's our basic attempt to look at a past life of yours and describe who was that love and maybe how things went. So check that out. That's next Friday, the 24th, and I believe that'll be at 7 p.m. But watch us for details. Okay, so back to the earth signs. And earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What brings you happiness? What is the emotional thing that may be running towards you in a way? And it is the two wands upright. So I think that, of course, it sounds like there is a partnership. Twos are always a sense of duality. So if you are not in a relationship, this could mean that you are stabilizing yourself towards somebody. Maybe you're in a proto-relationship and it's moving to the next stage. Or if you're already in a relationship, there's a sense of planning here. The wands are about enterprise and growth. And so maybe there's something going on. Maybe if you're of the right age and mindset, maybe you're planning on building a family. Or maybe you're building a family in other ways. You're seeking out things that sort of create foundation and permanence. And that makes you happy, earth signs. So what is the challenge to that then? What could possibly make it harder for you to realize that? And it's the Hanged Man. And he's in his correct position. So I would have to say that there will need to be sacrifices. If this is talking about building any kind of life together with people, creating a new family, new relationship, even if it's, rather simplistic, boy meets girl during college and they're just sort of going to set up housekeeping and they don't really think 5-10 years down the road they're married with kids, there still are things that they may have to plan for. There are all kinds of things that have to come into consideration. So no matter what your age or circumstance, I think the earth signs are really looking at having to make considerable changes or sacrifices to bring some sense of happiness involved with a foundation to your relationship or the beginning of a relationship. Okay, so now we're going to wrap it up with saying who the secret admirer is for earth signs. And of course, it looks like you don't need a secret admirer, that one way or the other something is kind of being planned and you're moving towards that. But you never know. This could be like, a twist. A twist. So at any rate, sometimes a secret admirer isn't somebody that's trying to steal you away from the one you really love. Maybe they're just somebody who really wants to be a friend too. I mean, there's all kinds of layers of friendship. And, it's wonderful if we can learn to not feel so challenged by people who can love us in other ways than the way true relationships are. Different kinds of platonic and universal love. All right, so the secret admirer, okay, I changed my mind because the secret admirer probably is wealthy. And you know what? Go for the money. Just kidding. But you know what? The secret admirer does bring a sense of a beginning about them that maybe is prosperous. The secret admirer may be somebody who can open up windows to you, avenues to you, and maybe they're not really trying to change your relationship, but maybe they want to be a patron to you. I almost feel like, earth signs, if you are, and this is an earth sign kind of personality, but if you are really, inclined to build something, there's somebody there. Maybe it's not a person, maybe it's a situation, but there's something there that would really help you at this time. And you don't know what it is, so it is secret. And it seems to want what you want, so that's a sense of admiration. All right, my fine feathered friends, it's been a fabulous February. And of course, I have one more week to go for Super Tarot Love Month and our readings, but I'm enjoying doing the readings for you very much. I hope you enjoy our show as much and continue to follow. And remember, we're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook every day with a card of the day. In fact, we actually have two cards of the day. One is the standard reading, and then one is the sort of extra reading. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. And thanks for supporting TFT Tarot for Today.